And so here in Deerfield Beach, like everywhere else down here in South Florida, there's all sorts of maritime businesses, marinas, boat repair, things like that, all up and down. 3:30 on the East Coast right now. 12:30 p.m. Pacific. And the first round, the early round of college football games should be concluding right about now. They couldn't keep up. Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah, sure thing, Tony. Absolutely. Yeah, I love you. I mean, your name is perfect. It tells you, you know, what you're about, you know? It's kind of like Vegas Unlocked. It tells you what the channel's about. So this is Southeast 10th Street here. Significance of this is, if you take this to the right and go west, eventually it will become the Sawgrass Expressway, which circles the western perimeter of Broward County, bordering the Everglades. However, the section between the Florida Turnpike and I-95, which is probably about, I don't know, 3 to 4 miles, something like that, was never completed. Why? Because there's a bunch of retirement communities on that stretch of roadway. So when they built the Sawgrass Expressway, they did not complete it all the way to Interstate 95. They completed it to the Turnpike. So naturally, a lot of people were very upset about that. And of course, they had Southwest 10th Street, which is what Sawgrass Expressway becomes. They had Sawgrass Expressway. Looks like they, you know, this is, I was going to say it looked like it rained here, but no, it's the sprinklers. So yeah, they litter Southwest 10th Street with all kinds of traffic lights, slowing everything down. $2.99 a gallon at the Sunoco over there, gas station. But now they're talking about finally completing it. The neighborhoods in between 95 and the Turnpike here that I'm referencing, Century Village, you may recognize that name. A lot of retirees in there. And they fought tooth and nail to keep that roadway from becoming an expressway. But now it appears that resistance is easing up. Walmart over here on the right. Wow. In Deerfield Beach. Actually, we're just now crossing into Pompano Beach here at Northeast 49th Street. Mr. Shrimp Cajun Kitchen over here on the right. Yeah, Tobin, I understand. Totally understand. Seafood World over there on the left. Restaurant and seafood market, it says. Public ice skating over here on the right. Here in the subtropics. And a smattering of car dealerships around here. We got Kia over there on the left. And that Corolla goes bye-bye. J.R. Dunn Jewelers and a Mitsubishi dealer. I didn't even know that they were still selling Mitsubishi. I guess they are. Yeah, Tony Down Under definitely tells you the channel identity. And that's the first thing anyone on this side of the equator thinks of when we hear the words Down Under together. That's probably due to a lot of the Outback Steakhouse ads that we have to listen to over and over again. Head down under. Yeah, Tobin, I like it. It's inspirational, and everyone knows that song. Plus, it's a popular drinking song, and of course, rock and roll and drinking for so long have gone hand in hand. I know you don't drink, but the folks the new folks coming to your channel, they don't need to know that. Wawa over here on the right, $3.13 a gallon for Wawa gasoline. And this is Sample Road here, another major east-west artery here. It'll lead you all the way out to Coral Springs. It does not, however, go over to the beach. And it was named Sample Road because the guy that owned the farm upon which Sample Road was heading back in the day, his last name was Sample. And the name has stuck ever since. The next major street up ahead, about a mile ahead, is Copans Road, C-O-P-A-N-S. Same story. There's a guy with a farm whose last name was Copans. And these names have stuck ever since. Copans actually changes names west of 441. It becomes Royal Palm Boulevard. But on the east side of town, it's Copans. There's a Publix and a Bell's and a Michael's over here. Speaking of Michael's, please check out Vids from Mike, VidsFromMike here on YouTube. Awesome guy, terrific content. Same as the story with Tobin as well as Tony. Terrific people, awesome content. Please also check out Cinnamon and Jupiter, common spelling on that, here on YouTube. My beautiful wife's channel. 32 likes, thank you guys. Can we get to 40? I know this isn't a typical time that I would be live streaming, and of course it's just after noon on the West Coast, so most of my West Coast people are probably out running around, going about their business. Something called Karma Auto Dealership. Sheehan. That's been a long time name here in the South Florida automotive industry. MD Now, Urgent Care. And that's another thing, you guys, for our international viewers, Tony and Phoenix, if you're still here, you have to be careful. If you go to like a place that is urgent care, but they actually have a primary care practice inside it, a lot of times your insurance will bill you for having gone to an urgent care, even though you're going to see your PCP, your primary care physician. I went through that already. I went to a Las Vegas urgent care something or another, but they had a PCP there, and I was trying to establish a PCP, and sure enough, the insurance whacked me with a huge bill for having gone out of network to a urgent care. I'm like, I didn't get urgent care, you guys, but they coded it that way. And in America, that's what they do, is they code it. Every little anything. You have a hangnail, an ingrown whatever. This is Copans Road right here. And then you've got the Pompano Fashion Square, which used to be a mall over here on the right, but they've made it kind of like an outdoor mall here with TJ Maxx, Lowe's, JCPenney still taking up residence over there. And so they code everything. There's a code for everything. But some of the places try to pull a fast one, and they will... That's what I think. I don't know. It could just be pure incompetence. I'm not sure. Yeah, Tony, it's a mess. The American healthcare system is just a mess. And the health insurance companies are raking in billions, while so many people here... You have the folks that go to the doctor for every little thing, and those are the folks that the insurance companies pretty much bill the rest of us for. There's that segment of the population that goes to the doctor for everything. I just sneezed, doctor. There must be something wrong. And then they bill, and then they do it over and over and over again. And then you have the other set of people who, because of all the problems with health insurance, even though they carry it, they never use it, which defeats the purpose as well. And then when they have something big happen, it used to be, well, that's a pre-existing condition. You didn't bother telling us or getting that taken care of, so we're not going to cover it. Congress, a few years ago, decided they were going to nix that part. So there's no such thing as pre-existing conditions anymore. But it's just a big mess. Yeah, they code every single little thing. And so urgent care has its own code. Toyota Tercel come flying out of there.
Can I tell them about what my friend told me in Vancouver?
Sure.